Greetings to all. Today in our class we are going to see the degrees of comparison. Before we going to see that degrees of comparison, I am going to see some objects. Here can you see the picture of box? Then we can see the picture of stable. Okay, where horses live in the stable. Then we can see two horses and a man also we can see in this picture. Okay, in this picture we can see a bridge. Okay, these are nouns. Okay, already we learned what is noun. Noun is a naming word, name of a place, name of a persons, name of animals. These are called noun. Okay, here the bridge, box, stable, horse, man. Okay, these all noun. Okay, and then we are going to see about adjective. Already we learned about adjective in the previous classes. What is an adjective? An adjective is a describing word. It is describing a noun. Okay, when we are describing a noun, that word is called adjective. Here the bridge is a strong bridge. We can say it. This is a strong bridge, or wooden bridge, or stone bridge, or old bridge. Okay, and we can also say the river, about the river. How can we describe this river? This is the deepest river, deep. Okay, here the word strong, old, and then wooden and deep, these are adjective words. Okay, here the horse is brown in color, so we can say brown horse, and then this is a white horse. So here the word brown and white is an adjective. Okay, the short man, the man is a noun. We are describing the man short, so the word short is an adjective. Okay, here we have a box. How can we describe it? It is a wide box or costly box or brown box. Okay, in this way we can describe it. Here the word wide, costly, and then brown, these are adjectives. Okay, here in this degrees of comparison we are going to see about the forms of adjectives. Okay, an adjective is a word that describes a noun or tells more about a noun. Here can you see the picture of rose? The rose is a noun. Rose flower is a noun. Here we are describing it. Rose is a beautiful flower. Here the word beautiful is an adjective word. So an adjective is a word that describes a noun. Here the word beautiful describes the flower. Okay, all the adjectives have 3 levels of comparison. Those are positive, comparative, and superlative. Positive degrees of comparison and comparative degrees of comparison and superlative degrees of comparison. Okay, all the adjectives have 3 levels of comparison. Okay, here you see in the column of positive we have some words like bold, deep, high, strong, thick, weak. These are adjective words. When we change this adjective into a comparative degree, we have to add er with that adjective. Okay, if we want to get a comparative form, we need to add er with that adjective. Bold becomes bolder. Okay, by adding er we are getting the comparative form bolder. Okay, in the superlative degree, by adding est with the word bold, we are getting boldest. This is an superlative degree. Okay, like this we have to create the word to make a comparative form and superlative form. Okay, deep became deeper in comparative, deepest in superlative. Okay, we need to add er with base form of the adjective words for creating comparative degree. We need to add est in the base form of the adjective to get superlative degree. Okay, here we need to follow some rules to form the comparative and superlative degree. This is a rule 2 I am going to tell. Here the positive words ends in one consonant and the consonant is preceded by a short vowel. Here you look at this word big. Final letter we have consonant. We have a consonant letter G, and this consonant is preceded by a vowel I. So the final consonant is doubled and we need to add er with the comparative form. Clear? The same way we have to double the consonant letter and need to add est in the superlative form. Okay, one more word. Here we took a word hot. Here end of the word we have a consonant letter T, and this consonant letter is preceded by a vowel O. So we have to change it. This consonant is doubled. Okay, it become double T. Okay, and then we have to add er with this word. Okay, that time we are getting comparative form. Okay, this is one type of rule. Okay, another one rule we are going to see. If the positive or the primary word ends in y, here you can see the word ends with y, and this y is preceded by consonant. Here R is a consonant letter, so the y is changed into I. Okay, if the y letter is preceded by a consonant, we have to remove the y. Instead of y, we have to put I there, and we have to add er with get comparative form. Here dry is a basic form of the adjective. This is a positive form. When we need to comparative form, we remove this y, and also this y is preceded by a consonant R. So we remove this y and we have to add I and er with this letters. At the time we are getting the comparative form drier. The same way we have to do it in superlative degree, but we need to add est at the end of the word. Happiest. Okay, dry, drier, driest. Okay, but I am going to tell another one rule. But if the word is preceded by a vowel, here you can see this y is preceded by a vowel A. Okay, here listen. Okay, this y is preceded by vowel letter A. So we need not to change it. Okay, changed it into I. When we add ER or EST, okay, we need not to change this Y into I because it is preceded by a vowel. But in this case, here you see, but in this case, this Y is preceded by a consonant. So we are changing this Y into I. But in this case, this Y is preceded by a vowel. So we need not to change it into I. Okay, we just put that word. We need to add ER in comparative form and EST in superlative form. Okay. Okay, another one rule we are going to see. Here the positive form of the words we have beautiful, courageous, intelligent, pleasant. Okay, these are long adjectives. If we have a short adjectives, we need to add ER in comparative form, EST in superlative form. But if we have a long adjectives, we need add more in front of the word in comparative form and most in before that word in superlative form. Okay, beautiful becomes more beautiful in comparative form and most beautiful in superlative form. Like that, courageous becomes more courageous in comparative form and most courageous in superlative form. Okay, this is one rule. We need to follow it. Okay, and then we have a irregular way also we have. Here in the positive form, if we had a word bad, the word bad becomes worse in comparative and worst in superlative. We need to memorize this column, then only we can do it in correct way. Bad becomes worse in comparative, worst in superlative. Ill also worse in comparative and worst in superlative. Like that, further, furthest, for, former, foremost, first, good, better, best. Okay, good become a better in comparative form, best in superlative form. Well also, well, better, best. Hinder, hindermost. Late, later, latest. Little, less, least. Many, more, most. Much, more, most. Nigh, nigher, nighest or next. Old, older, elder, oldest or eldest. Here, older or elder both are correct, but we have to use this elder for the persons. Okay, only for the persons we have to add it, but we have to use this older for the things, for other objects. Okay, okay, in the degrees of comparison, we have three types of degrees of comparison we are going to see. The first one, the type 1 is comparison between two equal things. If we have a comparison between the two equal things, we are using this type 1. The same way, the comparison between the two unequal things also, we are using this type 1. Okay, in the type 2, the comparison between more than two persons or two animals, more than two persons or more than two objects or more than two animals. Okay, that time we are using this type 2. That time we have to use a shortcut form NAT. Okay, in type 3, the comparison between more than two, this is also more than two, but we are using the plural form in this type 3. Okay, here we are using that shortcut form VMO. Okay, VMO. In type 2, we are using the shortcut NAT. Okay, in positive degree, we have a bodyguards as tall as intelligent as. Before and after the word of adjective, we are using as in positive form. Here the as or so as are bodyguards of the adjective. In the comparative form also, we are having an adjective. We are having an bodyguard than after the adjective word. Than, THAN, than we are using. Okay. Here in the type 1, we have only comparison between two equal things, no, so that we don't have superlative form in this type 1. Okay, we don't have a superlative form in type 1. Okay, in type 2, the comparison between more than two things or persons, we are using the shortcut form NAT. In type 3, we are using the shortcut form VMO. Okay, in a reverse order, we can say OMV. Okay, here N represents the positive degree, A comparative degree, T for superlative degree, V for positive degree, M for comparative, O for superlative degree. Okay, let us see. In the type 1, we have only two items are comparing. The first one, Sharan and Gopi are two friends. Here we are going to comparing the two persons alone. So we need not to make a superlative degree. There is no superlative degree in this type. Okay. So Saran is taller than Gopi. Here Saran is taller than Gopi. So this is a comparative degree. First you identify the degree. Here we have the word taller. This is a comparative form, and also this sentence have an bodyguard than. Okay. Now when we change it into positive degree, we have to find the subject and object in the sentence first. Here Saran is a subject and Gopi is an object. Okay. First you bring the word Gopi in front of the sentence in a positive form, Gopi. Then you have to put the sentence here is. Okay. Then we have to check whether the sentence is affirmative or negative. This sentence is affirmative, so there is no not there. So if the sentence is an affirmative, we need to add not in positive form. Okay. So in a positive form, the taller became tall. Okay. Here we have a bodyguards so as. Okay, so as or as. Then we have to bring this subject at the end of the sentence. Okay, like this. We have to change it. Saran is taller than Gopi becomes Gopi is not so tall as Saran. Okay. Okay, one more example we are going to see here. Arun is not so strong as Varun. Arun is not so strong as Varun. Here we have so strong as. The word strong shows it is in a positive form. Okay. There is a comparison between Arun and Varun alone. So this is type 1. Then we have to find the subject and object. Arun is a subject and Varun is an object. Okay. And also we have a not in this sentence. This is a negative form. So when we change it into comparative form, we have to create in a positive affirmative form. Okay. Okay. Then here we start Varun. we bring the Varun in the beginning of the sentence, Varun. Okay, then we have to put the tense here. Then strong became stronger. We need to add er with this word in comparative form, stronger. And I told this degree have a bodyguard. Then and we bring this subject at the end of the sentence, Arun. So Varun is stronger than Arun. Okay, like this we have to transform this sentence. Okay, one more sentence. Ooty is cooler than Kodaikanal. Here we are comparing two places, Ooty and Kodaikanal. Here the word cooler shows it is in comparative form, cooler, and also it has a bodyguard then. Okay, then what we have to check, whether the sentence is in affirmative or negative. Okay, here the sentence is in affirmative form, so we need to change it into negative form. Okay, here Ooty is an subject and Kodaikanal is an object. We bring the Kodaikanal in the front of the sentence, and then we have to put the tense in it, and then we have to put the negative word not, and we have to make this cooler into a cool, because it is in a positive form now. So the cooler became cool. So as is a bodyguard of the positive sentence, and we have to put the subject at the end of the sentence, Ooty. Kodaikanal is not so cool as Ooty. Okay, like this we have to transform this sentence. Now we are going to see the type 2 sentences. Already we learned we are using the NAT form, NAT shortcut method for this type 2. This is a type 2 sentence. Okay, here we are using the NAT, N-A-T, NAT. Okay, positive, comparative, superlative. Sorry, NAT, N-A-T, NAT. Okay, in the reverse we can say TAN. Okay, positive, comparative, superlative. Okay, now we are going to the type 2. This is a type 2 sentence. In the positive form we are having a word no other. No other girl in the class is as tall as Ramya. Here we have a noun girl. We don't have a girls. We don't have a plural form. We are having a singular form, girl. Okay, no other girl in the class is as tall as Ramya. Here we have a positive form, as tall as an adjective. Tall is an adjective word. When we change it into comparative form, we have to remove this no other. We have to took this subject Ramya, bring this Ramya in front of the sentence, and we have to put the tense, and then we have to pick out the adjective word tall. In comparative form we have to add er with that word taller. Already I told this comparative form had a bodyguard then. Okay, this is a NAT method, no, type 2 method, no. So we are using any other, A for any other here. Don't forget to add this word any other girl in the class. Okay, this way we have to make this comparative form. Okay, N for no other, A for any other, T for them. Okay, in superlative form Ramya is the taller became tallest. Okay, in superlative form we put tallest. Before the superlative degree adjective we have to put the. Okay, there. TH is there. We have to put there. Ramya is the tallest girl in the class. This is type 2. Okay, one more sentence we are going to see. Here we have positive form, positive, comparative, superlative. Here we have no other. So this is type 2. Okay, this is type 2. So we are using the NAT method. NAT. Okay, the N represents no other. Here A for any other, T for there. Okay, so no other liquid is so dense as mercury. When we change it into comparative form, we bring this word mercury in front of the sentence and we have to put tense here. Mercury is so tenses become denser. In comparative form, than is an bodyguard. And NAT method, no, this is a NAT method. So we are adding any other. We don't forget it. Put this word any other there. Okay. In superlative form, mercury is dense became densest. Okay, denser became densest. Mercury is the densest of all liquids. Okay, both are correct sentence. Mercury is the densest liquid or mercury is the densest of all liquids. Okay, this way we have to change it the type 2. Okay, let us see the type 3 model. In type 3, we are using the plural form. Okay, here we are using the shortcut method VMO. Okay, positive, comparative, superlative. We are using VMO. In reverse, we can say OMV. Okay, OMV. Here, very few boys in the class are as tall as Kevin. Very few as tall as. These words shows as this sentence is in positive form. When we change it into comparative form, we bring the subject in front of the sentence Kevin, and we have to put the tense is, because Kevin is a singular person here, so we need to put the tense in singular form. Kevin is. This adjective word tall became taller, and then we have to put the bodyguard. Then here we have a VMO method now, so we are using the many other word here. Many other or most other. Okay, many other or most other, we can use it in this type. Many other boys in the class. We have to put boys, plural form. We don't put boy. Okay. Okay, in a superlative form, Kevin is one of the. Here we have a O, no. So Kevin is one of the tallest boys. Don't forget to put in plural form here. Boys. Okay. Another one sentence here. Very few rivers in the world are as long as in the world. Very few. Okay, many other, one of the. So we are using the short form VMO. Okay, very few rivers in the world are as long as in the world. As long as Nile in the world. So here the word Nile is missing. We are bring the Nile here. Then we are put the tense is there. The long became longer. We are adding the bodyguard then. Here we have a M. So many other rivers. Okay. Don't put it in a singular form. We have to put it in a plural form. Rivers in the world. And in superlative form, the Nile is one of the longest rivers in the world. Okay. In this way, we have to create this sentences. Okay. Here we have few more sentences. Here we took type 2. In type 2 we are using NAT form NAT. Okay. Here no other, N for no other, A for any other, T there for T for there. Okay. Here we have type 3. This is type 2. In type 3 we have VMO method. Sorry, VMO method. In reverse we can say VMO. Okay. Very few, V for very few, M for most other, O for one of the. Okay. And also we don't forget it in a plural form, cities. Okay. And we have to listen the tense here. Okay. Here we have an evaluation. Corona is the most pandemic disease in the world. We need to change it into comparative form. Okay. First we have to find in what position this sentence is. Okay. Corona is the most pandemic. Here the word shows the is a superlative form. So the most pandemic disease in the world. So it is in a NAT form. Okay. So when we changed it into comparative form, we have to put any other. We have to add the word any other. Here write an answer. Corona is most pandemic became more pandemic. We put bodyguard then this is a NAT form, no. So we are putting the word any other disease in the world. Okay. Next sentence. Rupa is one of the best creative writers. First we have to check it in what type of sentence is it. One of the best we have. So this is a type 3 VMO. Okay. Here one of the became in many other in comparative form. So Rupa is best became better in comparative form. We have to add bodyguard. Then one of the became many other in this sentence. Creative writers. Okay. We have to write it in a plural form. Creative writers. Where Priya is more intelligent than Anto. Here we have comparison between two people only, Priya and Anto. So we need to check that sentence is in affirmative or negative. Okay. So the first sentence is in affirmative. So when we changed it into positive, we need to add a negative words, negative form. We have to make it in a negative form. So Anto is not so intelligent as Priya. Okay. In fourth sentence, here also we have a comparison between two peoples, Uma and Neha only. So this sentence is an affirmative. So when we change it into positive, we need to add a word not. Okay. Neha is not so old. Elder became old in positive form. Okay. Old, elder, eldest. So in positive form we are putting old. Okay. Okay. These are the answers for these questions. I hope you understood this video. We will meet in another video. Thank you.